Hey there, welcome to the session Using Free Social Media to Build Authority, Get Leads, and Retain Your Clients. I'm your presenter, Samantha Melhorn, and we have a lot of ground to cover, so we're going to jump right in. I'm going to go ahead and stop my video so you guys don't see me talking excitedly with my hands and share the presentation. So in the next 30 minutes, you're going to learn what types of content you should be posting, the no stress way to easily plan out your content for the next 30 days, and you can reuse the system every single month. I will show you an example later on. My favorite tools to design posts, yes, even if you're not a designer, this is where everyone gets hung up, but I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this, that you can recreate new content every month, and it's going to look professional. And we're going to end it with how to drive engagement and attract new prospects to your accounts. So who am I and why am I qualified to talk about this? Well, I've been working in social media for several years. I have worked on campaigns for Robin Robbins, the social media expert herself, Kim Walsh-Phillips, Profit First Mike Michalowicz, Kevin O'Leary, the anti-social media guy Dan Kennedy, and a few franchises like Wine and Design, ChemDry, and a few others. I was a contributor to Kim Walsh-Phillips' book, The Ultimate Guide to Instagram. I have a few chapters in there. And I'm the manager of the Done For You social media posting program at Technology Marketing Toolkit. So I've worked on dozens of accounts for managed IT and cybersecurity. So back to you. What types of content should you be creating? The goal of social media is to get people to know, like, trust, and buy from you. It's really not so much as getting them to take action right away like Facebook ads, but it's showing up day after day, providing valuable content, staying top of mind so that when they are ready to buy, they're ready to buy from you. And that really depends on the type of content you're putting out. I call this section the core 4 types of content because they really match up with the goal of getting people to know, like, trust, and buy from you. So the first one is authority builders. And this is to establish your expertise and make you the go-to company so that when they do decide that they need to move forward, you're the one that they think of because they've seen your posts, they know you know what you're talking about. Next is the connection creators. And this takes your business from transactional to a human-based business because nobody wants to just have their money, go to something. Like they want to build that relationship. They want to have that connection. They want to know that, there's a real person behind that cash register. Promotional posts. This is giving them a way to take the next step with you. And we'll go over this in a little bit, but that can look like a blog post or a lead magnet, a free report download where they, you get their information. Or, maybe it looks like booking a call. The last one here is engagement drivers. And this is designed to grow your account, attract more leads, and get people involved in your social media. All of these are important for your overall goals. So today we're going to cover 12 different types of social media, and all of these fall into one of those categories. Some of them overlap a little bit, but the first one here is quote posts, and this is going to be one of your most popular connection creators and authority builders. So for Robin's page, for example, she's the face of her brand, so we really focus on using her in the images. If you're not the face of your brand, that's okay. You can use a picture of your city and put like a little overlay on it and just use an inspirational quote. But people really like to reshare these and like them just because they're feel-good things that people can relate to. The second one here is a tip. So this could be like right here, we have a Tech Tip Tuesday. The other one is a cybersecurity tip. If you are targeting business owners who are very busy, you could do productivity hacks, things like that. You really don't have to limit yourself just to IT because that's your business. The goal is to provide content that your audience will find valuable, and that can show up in several different forms. Here we have direct call to actions. So most cyber criminals love their jobs. This post right here is actually going back to a blog post. This one over here on the right goes to a free network assessment. really it's just putting a link in there and telling people how to move forward. So you can give them a little teaser, send them back to your blog, and then on your blog you can have them opt into a free report or book a call. Like this is an example of something we call micro content, which I know Robin is going over in detail in one of the other sessions that you won't want to miss, because this is key to being successful online. Next here we have blog posts, actual blog posts, and you can do those a couple of different ways. So this one here on the left, I pulled out a few pieces of information and turned it into micro content, and you can link it back to your site. So, like number 5 could be have someone deal with the IT. And then it's like, if you want more information on IT, come back to our site. Up here in the top right corner, this is an article about cybersecurity, and the call to action link in the actual article is to I believe it's to do a dark web scan. And down here, this is just information on viruses. And these all 3 are very effective forms of blog posts. Next, we have videos. So videos are huge on all forms of social media right now. In most cases, they'll get the most reach. And there's a couple of different ways that you can do this. My recommendation is to upload the video directly to Facebook, because Facebook and YouTube are competing platforms. So Facebook doesn't necessarily want to drive traffic to YouTube, but if you upload it directly into their platform, they'll help push it out. So the first one here is just a clip from a presentation that we uploaded. You can watch right here. The second one is actually a designed video, which I'll tell you the tools to make this a little bit later on. But you just simply record this video and pop it into a little template, add some captions, and you're good to go. Next, we have client highlights. So this is a big one for the Technology Marketing Toolkit page, because it gets people involved. So sharing highlights of what your clients are up to, if they do something in the community, or there's several other ways you can do this, is a great way to get people in your community to rally together. Here we have social proof. So that can show up in a few different ways. We know reviews and testimonials are different. Reviews are what other people just post about you online, like on Yelp and other sites like that. Facebook, you can even review on there. Testimonials are a little bit more calculated, that we design for our websites and other marketing collateral. And then this third one here is one that we often forget about, but it's user-generated content. So here we have a picture of somebody wearing the Technology Marketing Toolkit Snuggie, and they tagged us in it, so we reshared it online. Love this photo. Thanks for representing. Humor posts. So this is another big one too. And if you're asking yourself, why would I do a post that, like funny posts, that's not providing any value to cybersecurity? Well, it is, because really the goal of social media is to be social. So sharing things that people will find funny will reach more people. They'll share it, their network will see it. And then when you're actually posting your call to actions or your direct links, you'll increase the likelihood that people will see it, because at any given time, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, they're really only showing your posts to roughly 10% of your followers. So the more you post, the more likely people are to see you. And when you have these ones that get big engagement, you'll reach more people overall. So you can see right here in the stats that this one reached 3,235 people and 64 interactions, 32 shares. Like if each of those people had a couple of hundred friends, like you're reaching thousands and thousands of people. So it's a great way to do that. And it's funny. Like, look at, that's cute. Marketing campaigns. So this is the first thing I do when I fill out the template that we're going to go over. Whatever you are promoting, you can sprinkle in a few posts around it. I wouldn't do more than maybe, 3 a month or so, unless you're doing it strategically, like the blog posts and, creating the micro content around your campaigns. But these hard promotional call to actions, you just want to be, you want to stay true to social media. So This one here on the left is one that we put out in December, and that was when we were doing the early bird promotion for boot camp tickets. And over here, this is a campaign that typically when things are going a little bit different, we're doing direct mail. You can supplement the campaigns that you're sending out with a few posts. So if they receive your aspirin letter and they look you up online, they will find your social media posts to match. So it really helps with consistency. Number 11 here, infographics. So this is a great way to deliver important information in bite-sized pieces that are shareable and people like to see. Like you can get a lot of information from this one small post. And you can elaborate. You can, in the actual post section, you can go on and put a link in there. It's like, hey, if you think that your system might not be as secure as it should be, feel free to book a network assessment with me and my team, and we will go through your system, tell you what you're missing, make some recommendations, and you can totally decide from there what you want to do. Number 12, staff highlights and team intro. This is another post that helps build connection and makes you look more human and not just a business. Like it puts a face to the things that you do for your clients. So here's an example of Lindsay. She's part of the marketing team. And you can see here that it had 75 likes, 1 share, 21 comments. So what's going to happen here is the clients that she interacts with are going to engage, and the staff is going to engage. So this is really going to help your post reach more people inside of your those networks that you're trying to tap into. And last here we have just a bonus one that is just as important as all the other, but it's a little bit more fun. You can do this in 2 different ways. You can talk about the major holidays like Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's, 4th of July, all of those. Just create like a little, goodwill image. You can do this on Canva, which I'll dive into in the next section here. And then another one that's a little bit more fun is the Bizarre Holidays or Awareness Month. So if it's National Donut Day and you and your team get donuts, it's sometimes fun to just take a picture of everyone and post it. Again, this helps with drive connection, shows the people behind the business. And then, and a good way to do this is Awareness Month. I've seen these done really well. I'll just give a personal example. So National Thyroid Awareness Month is really important to me. So I always do a couple of posts telling people how to check their neck and things like that. But I've seen other people do ones with blood drives and cancer fundraisers. Robin is very big into St. Jude, so we do some things about that because, it just shows that you're not just a business. And that's really, if you're noticing, like that's a key to social media. You want to be authentic and real. Okay, so now you know what types of content you should be posting. When should you post it? So I'm going to show you the easiest way to create your schedule, because this is one of the number one ways that people get hung up. They're like, okay, yeah, I know what kinds of posts to make, but then they actually have to sit down and make the schedule, and it hangs them up. So we're going to show you the easiest way, and I do this for all of my clients in my personal social media. So you should be doing, the first thing you have to decide is how many times a week you're going to post. I would do 3 at a minimum. 5 is better. 7 is great. Because like I said, only a small fraction of your followers are going to see your posts. So the more often you post, more likely those people are going to see it. So for this example, we're just going to do 5 times a week, and we're going to do it Monday through Friday. So then you're going to pull up your list, and in the PDF I attached for you, I have an example one of these so that you can just very easily drag and drop what you want to do. So the first thing I do after I pull this list up is I look at what my promotions are going to be for the month. So let's say mid-month we have a webinar. Mid-month we have a webinar. So Monday and Tuesday, we're going to do a few webinar posts. And then on maybe Thursday, we are doing a cybersecurity special. So the day before, we want to make a post about that. And then after you have the things that have to go in, Then we just pull from this list and fill in the rest of them. So Monday, let's do a motivational quote. Tuesdays, we'll do some tech tips. Maybe you write a new blog and publish it every Wednesday, so we'll do that. Thursday, how about some testimonials? And then on the other days, we'll do client highlights. Fridays, let's keep it light. We'll do a humor post, and and then after that, we'll just kind of fill in the gaps. We'll do a behind the scenes. We'll do a video. We'll do an infographic. We'll do a free report, and then we'll do a team highlight. So you just it could not be easier. You just drag and drop them over here, and then you have your list, and then it's going to be so easy for you to go through, like search motivational quotes, find 2, done. Tech tips, list them out, find 2, done. And you can do this well in advance. So if you know you're going to do 2 tech tips a month and you find 10, you're good for the next 5 months. Very, very easy way to sort this all out. So I mentioned that there's some designing happening here, and I have a few tools and recommendations for you. If you're not a designer, you don't have one on hand, and you need to do these posts quickly and so that they still look nice. My number one tool to use is canva.com. They have a free version, they have a paid version. You don't need the paid version. I have it, I like it, but you can do everything that you want to with the free version. It is fantastic. And this little example I have right here, you simply just choose what size, and this is only a couple of options. They have dozens and dozens. And then you pick your layout, and then you literally just drag and drop. So if you choose this one here, you just pop in a picture, you change this to the motivational quote that you wanted to do, and download it, and you are ready to go. Another option, so if I have an iPhone, I'm sure they're on the Android too, but apps like WordSwag, Typorama, InShot, like these are all great because you can just grab a photo, pop in a quote, and it'll automatically design it for you. So with Canva, you can drag and drop a little bit if you don't want to follow one of the templates, to exact. These will just design it for you. So here's a picture of the Typorama. That's the one that I use the most often. I'll just take a picture of Robin, pop it into an Instagram post size, pop in one of her quotes, and it'll just do a couple different designs for me. And you can push it and move the text around. It's really, really great. Really, really easy. Next, we have Unsplash and Pexels. So if you need free stock photos, I don't typically recommend stock photos unless it's the background of something or, it pulls it from a blog post, just because personal pictures are going to do better. But if you do need some stock photos, there are places like Unsplash and Pexels, and they offer it for free. You can get stock photos, I think for $1 in Canva. And I know that these WordSwag and Typorama, they have a few options if you need them as well. And then the last tool here is for videos. So videos do not have to be overwhelming. They can be really, really easy to do. You don't need any fancy equipment or cameras or anything like that. I have a picture, and this is exactly what my process looks like. I set up my iPhone. I have this little tiny stand. I think it was maybe $5 on Amazon. But you could just lean it against your computer. You could even record this on your computer. I record the video, and then I upload it to either InShot or Canva, because Canva has videos now. And I add these 2 little colored bars. I pop in the headline that I want to post, and then I save it. And then you can use something called Subtitle. I believe that's how you say it, Subtitle. And that will automatically put captions on for you. This whole process will take you about 10 minutes from start to finish. So you just record like a little 2-minute video, upload it to here, adjust the colors, pop in your headline, and then do the subtitles, and you're ready to go. So once you have these posts created and you're scheduling them out, there's a few ways that you can drive engagement, because if you post them online, even with hashtags, they're not just going to get attention. You do have to circulate them a little bit. So the first one I recommend is posting 3 to 5 times a week. So you want to be consistent with that. If there's a huge gap, Facebook or Instagram will be like, oh, these people aren't as active, and then they'll stop showing the posts. The second is you want to post around the same time each day. And the best way to find out what time you should do that is to check out your insights in, you can do it in Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook. This one here is from Facebook. That's where most people have the most followers. So for example, this one here, it says 7 a.m. is the prime time. 4,900 people that follow the page are active online. So that would be a good time to send posts out. Now, I took this screenshot, I think in the beginning of March. So since then, this has shifted just a little bit. More people are on at night or during the day just because they're home right now. So you have to look and make sure what this is for your specific page. If you don't currently have a lot of action or followers on your page, I would just start around 7 or 8 a.m. So when people are getting up and going to work, that's probably the best time. But then, after you're doing this for a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to want to check in and see what time your Facebook suggests. Next is you want to make sure that your profile is set up and optimized. Like, treat this like a mini sales page because that's what it is. So you're going to want to have a cover photo. You're going to want to update your logo here and make sure you have a great profile picture. You want to update your about sections. You want to make sure your learn more button links to somewhere, so people aren't just clicking it and going nowhere. You have a real opportunity with this cover photo. I see a lot of people, they'll just like put their logo on it and be done. But you think of it as the billboard for your business. It's the first thing people see. So, put an offer on there. You want it to be the same as your website. So Robin always suggests that, when someone comes to your website, you want them to know very quickly how you can help them. And that is the same deal with your social media page. So treat this as important real estate. And just a little tip for you. I put this button on here because when someone clicks on it, it pulls up the description and they can click on the link and go to the page. So you're going to want to make sure that this is as close to center as you can get it for mobile, because if you put it way far on the side over here or over here, it's going to get cut out on mobile. So just 2 little tips for you. The next thing is you want to connect with your current clients on the platform. So if you have a marketing person who can go through your client list, you can like other pages as your page on Facebook, and you can follow them on Instagram. So it's a good way to start boosting your engagement because social media is designed to be social. So these platforms are intelligent enough that they're like, oh, so this person likes construction companies in Nashville, and it'll start to find other construction companies in Nashville that you don't follow and suggest them for you. So it's a good way to find new prospects. And then reshare posts on your personal page to leverage personal networks. So this is something a lot of people forget, but your sales team and your marketing team and you are connecting with people who are inside of your target market all of the time. So when you reshare these posts on your page, you're just keeping yourself top of mind and you're bringing traffic back to your company pages, which is directing traffic back to your website. The last thing here is to ask questions and answer comments. So it's a big mistake when people get comments and then they don't respond to them because it looks like automation. It looks like someone's not paying attention and they're not being intentional about it. Plus, the benefit to that is when the algorithm sees you being active, it thinks that it's like, oh, okay, so people want to see this, and it will post it'll increase your reach. So it's a good way to expand your page.